Crossing the Jordan. Early in the morning, Joshua and all the Israelites set out from Shittim and went to the Jordan, where they camped before crossing over. After 3 days, the officers went throughout the camp, giving orders the, the, to the people. When you see the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord your God, and the Levitical priest carrying it, you are to move out from your position and follow it. Then you will know which way to go, since you have never been this way before. But keep a distance of about 2,000 cubits between you and the ark. Do not go near it. Joshua told the people, concentrate yourself, for tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Joshua said to priests, take up the ark of the covenant and pass on ahead of the people. So they took it up and went ahead of them. And the Lord said to Joshua, today I will begin to exalt you in the eyes of all Israel, so they may know that I am with you as I was with Moses. Tell the priest who carried the ark of the covenant, when you reach the edge of the Jordan waters, go and stand in the river. Joshua said to the Israelites, come here and listen to the words of the Lord your God. This is how you will know that you, the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Girgashites, Amorites, and Jebusites see the ark of the covenant of the Lord, or the us, will you into the Jordan ahead of you. And now then, choose 12 men from the tribes of Israel, one from each tribe. And as soon as the priests who carry the ark of the Lord of all the earth, set foot in the Jordan, its waters flowing downstream will be cut off and sent up in a heap. So when the people broke camp to cross the Jordan, the priest carrying the ark of the covenant went ahead of them. Now the Jordan is at flood stage or during harvest, yet as soon as the priests who carried the ark reached the Jordan, and their feet touched the water's edge, the water from the upstream stopped flowing. It filled up in a heap a great distance away at a town called Adam and the vicinity of Jerusalem, while the water flowing down to the sea of the Arabah, this is the Dead Sea, was completely cut off. So the people crossed over opposite Jericho. The priest who carried the Ark of Covenant of the Lord stopped in the middle of the Jordan and stood on dry ground, while all Israel passed by until the whole nation had completed the crossing on dry ground. When the whole nation had finished crossing the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, "Choose 12 men from among the people, one from each tribe, and tell them to take up 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan. From right there, the priests are standing, and carry them over with you and put them down at the place where you stay tonight." So Joshua called together the 12 men he had appointed from the Israelites, one from each tribe, and said to them, "Go over before the ark of the Lord your God into the middle of the Jordan. Each of you is to take up a stone on his shoulder according to the number of the tribe of the Israelites, to serve as a sign among you in the future. When the children ask you, 'What do these stones mean?' tell them that the flow of the Jordan was cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it crossed the Jordan, the water of the Jordan were cut off. These stones are to be a memorial to the people of Israel forever." So the Israelites did as Joshua commanded them. They took 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan, according to the number of the tribe of the Israelites, as the Lord had told Joshua, and they carried them with them to their camp, where they put them down. Joshua set up the 12 stones that has been in the middle of the Jordan at the spot where the priest who carried the ark of the covenant had stood, and they are there to this day. Now the priest who carried the ark remained standing in the middle of Joshua until everything the Lord had commanded Joshua was done by the people, just as Moses had directed Joshua. The people hurried over. As soon as all of them had crossed the ark over the Lord, and the priest came to the other side while the people watched, the men of Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh crossed over, ready for battle in front of the Israelites, as Moses had directed them. About 40,000 armed for battle crossed over before the Lord to the plains of the Jericho for war. That day the Lord exalted Joshua in the sight of the Israel, and stood in awe of him all the day of his life, just as they had stood in awe of Moses. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Command the priests carrying the ark of the covenant law to come up over the Jordan." So Joshua commanded the priests, "Come up out of the Jordan," and the priests came up out of the river carrying the ark of the covenant of the Lord. No sooner had they set their feet on the dry ground than the water of the Jordan returned to their place and ran at flood stage as before. On the 10th day of the first month, the people went up from the Jordan and camped at Gilgal on the eastern border of Jericho, and Joshua set up at Gilgal the 12 stones they had taken out of the Jordan. He said to the Israelites, "In the future, when your descendants ask their parents, 'What does these stones mean?' Tell them, Israel crossed the Jordan on dry ground. For the Lord your God dried up the Jordan before you until you had crossed over. The Lord God did to the Jordan what he had done to the Red Sea, when he dried it up before us until we had crossed over. He did this so that all the peoples of the earth might know that the hand of the Lord is powerful, and so that you might always fear for Lord your God. Now when all the Amorite kings west of the Jordan and all the Canaanite kingdom along the coast heard and how the Lord dried up the Jordan before the Israelites until they had crossed over, their heart melted in fear, and they no longer had the courage to face the Israelites. Circumcision and Passover at Gilgal. At the time of the Lord said to Joshua, make flint knives and circumcise the Israelites again. The Joshua made flint knives and circumcised the Israelites at Gilbes Hararos. Now this is why he did so. All those who came out of Egypt, all the men of military age, died in the wilderness on the way after leaving Egypt. All the people that came out had been circumcised, but all the people born in the wilderness during the journey from Egypt had not. The Israelites had moved about in the wilderness 40 years, until all the men who were of military age when they left Egypt had died, since they had not obeyed the Lord. For the Lord had sworn to them that they would not see the land he had solemnly promised their ancestors to give us, a land flowing with milk and honey. So he raised up their son in the place, and these were the ones Joshua circumcised. And they were still uncircumcised because they had not been circumcised on the way, and after the whole nation had been circumcised, they remained where they were in camp until they were healed. Then the Lord had said to Joshua, today I have rolled away the reproach, the Egypt from you. So the place has been called Gilgal today. On the evening of the 14th day of the month, while camped at Gilgal on the plain of Jericho. The Israelites celebrated the Passover. The day after the Passover, that very day, they ate some of the produce of the land, unleavened bread, and roasted grain. The manna stopped the day after they ate this food from the land. There was no longer any manna for the Israelites. For the year they ate the produce of Canaan. The Fall of Jericho. Now, when Joshua was near Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him with a drawn sword in his hand. Joshua went up to him and asked, are you for a were for all our enemies? Neither, he replied. But as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come. The Joshua fell face down to the ground in reverence and asked him, The message does my Lord have for this servant? The commander of the Lord's army replied, Take off your sandal, for the place where you are standing is holy. And Joshua did so.